It's literally 7 in the morning and I'm not with it yet. I haven't had my coffee or my bye, okay? If you know what bye is, thumbs up. And no, I ain't bye. It's a drink. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little video just reviewing and talking about the new lasting finish Rimmel 25-hour wear with comfort serum. I hate when my phone does that. And I'm gonna talk about a little sort of like a story time video with this because bitches be testing me. I'm also going to be talking about the Physicians Formula new butter bronzer that they came out with for summertime. I'm just going to go and tell you all about it. I am wearing both of these products right now, obviously, so if you want to hear my review and little story time about this little fucker, then stay around. Stay around, stick around, can't speak. It's 7 in the morning. Hey, it's my life. Okay, so I'm first just going to talk about the Rimmel Long Lasting Finish Foundation 25-hour wear with comfort serum. Now, mind you, you're not going to be wearing this for 24 hours, let alone 25 hours. If you are, I'd be concerned about your life choices and your job of choice. What are you doing that you're out for 25 hours with your makeup on? This little baby is my new favorite when it comes to drugstore foundations. As you can see behind me, I love the Maybelline Fit Me. They're literally all back there, but this might take the cake. I may have got a shade too light for me, especially in the summertime when I'm going to probably be a lot darker, my skin tone. Other than that, I mean, it was perfect. I was just able to put some contour and bronzing powder on to kind of like help with it. But for me, I definitely would have gone a shade up. Now, the only thing that I dislike about this is the range of colors. I believe that there are only like 4 or 5 colors to choose from. But then I kind of do like that because it makes it a lot easier for me. This was, I want to say $7 or $8. So you're getting so much for your money. This is very comparable to the Makeup Forever HD foundation, which I love. This is honestly exactly like that. And I know that I've said that about the Maybelline Fit Me, but the Maybelline Fit Me has more of a runnier consistency and it's more of a everyday sort of makeup with like a light coverage, where this is an everyday makeup but with full coverage. And I definitely am a full coverage kind of gal. It says it has comfort serum, so that says that it instantly perfects and keeps coverage that lasts all day throughout the sweat, heat, humidity, and transfer proof up to 25 hours. Dermatologist tested. Well, okay, so this has been on for about an hour. Throughout the day, I get very, very oily, and I don't know what it is. I just think that it's my skin. At work, I'm literally just sitting behind a desk all day, so I don't know why I get so oily, because I know like you get really oily if you're walking around a lot or like sweating or if it's hot, and none of that's going on, so I'm not sure. I think my body just hates me as well as my skin. I don't see any oils peeking through yet. It's not tacky. There are foundations that you'll put on your face and it'll feel tacky and it's wet and it's kind of like you have to wait for it to dry and it's like, ew, gross. And then you go to put a powder on top of it and you get like streak lines and it's just like, ew, girl. Another thing that I noticed is that it did sort of oxidized. I'm probably saying this freaking word wrong and everyone's gonna be like, you, my friend, are a dumbass. It kind of did when I first put it on. When I first put it on, it looked like a little too pale, and then as I was going, it was like, okay. Robert De Niro face. And yeah, so I don't really have much more to say about this. Just that it's a very great and very affordable foundation. If you're looking for something high coverage that you can get at the drugstore, but yet it's not going to dry out your face or make you too matte. If you do have dry skin, or even if you have combination skin, you're not gonna have to worry about like dry patches or anything like that. So I saw this in a favorites video. This is the butter bronzer from Physicians. Come on. From Physicians Formula. The packaging is just so cute. It's perfect, right in time for summer. Purple, yellow, and green with the palm trees, and it has like that very tropical feel. I love Physicians Formula. I have used Physicians Formula for years. I always am using their Physicians Formula mineral airbrushing broad spectrum. Let's try that again. Whenever I saw this, it was my eyes, and like I'm sure they knew that, I was drawn to this packaging. Another thing that drew me to it was Jacqueline's description of what it smelled like. I'm like, okay, I need to know what this smells like. So I smelled it. Oh, it's all over the place. And it's very tropical, very like I want to be wrapped up in this and smother my body in this stuff. It just smells like coconuts and pineapple. It's just that tropical scent, and I can smell like some cocoa in it as well, so that's a plus. This butter bronzer is a lot like the Physicians Formula airbrush powder, in the fact that it gives you sort of that airbrush sheen to your face. I have this on my face right now with my bronzers. I know that you're not supposed to do this, but there's no rule in makeup. If someone tells you you can't do something or you're not supposed to do it, you do it anyway, boo-boo. I use it as my face powder. I don't really use, I use like some translucent powder and crap like that, but this goes all over my face, and I really enjoyed it. When I put it on, I felt like it was more lightweight and like softer than their airbrushing powder is. Now, like if you see them together, they sort of have like that same sort of like airbrush buttery consistency and look to them. This was a little more, like I said, light coverage. So I think that it's definitely perfect for summer because you're not going to have like a cake face, but you're still going to have that coverage, that bronze glow that you want to achieve. Okay, so getting into the backstory behind this Rimmel long-lasting 25-hour foundation that is my new Beige. Okay, so I've never really done a story time video before, so you'll have to excuse me because I'm sure my mind's going to be in a million different directions. I might say a lot, I'm probably going to say like a lot, and you know what I mean? So, sorry. But let's just start with Pittsburgh, okay? That's where I live, and I go to this drugstore about half an hour away from me, kind of, not really, maybe 20 minutes, because that is where my tanning salon is. And don't yell at me for tanning. I don't want to hear it. I know everything that you're going to say. Shh. So when I'm out there, I like to stop at the drugstore right after and like always pick up some makeup finds. I'm always just in there. I love drugstore makeup products. I think they are great. Most are great quality, some are not. Some I just want to try out and I end up loving. Some I try out and I end up hating. And normally I'm always with my boyfriend, so we always go in there. You know, I'll go to the makeup section, he'll go to whatever section he wants to go in, and then, you know, we come together afterwards, we pay for our shit, and we leave. Now, every time I've noticed that we go into this specific Rite Aid, eyes are on us. And, you know, usually we're used to that, but, you know when it's a different type of eyes on you type of thing. You know it. You feel it inside. You're like, am I just paranoid? No, these bitches are really looking at me. What happened was, or what has happened in the past, I'm going to say like 3 or 4 times prior to this. Every time we walk in, they kind of like stare at us and then like they'll glance at each other, and then somehow while I'm shopping and while he's shopping, they are like following us. They're attached to our backs. They're riding our asses. You know, if you want a picture, let us know. It'll last longer. This time I was not overreacting. It was so in my face harassment that it made me want to bust out my Kung Fu Panda moves. I, like any other time, I went over to the makeup section. He went over, I think, like to the skincare aisle to get like a face wash or something. And literally as soon as we walked in, whatever conversation they were having prior to us walking in stopped. The chatter stopped. And I thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, okay, were you talking about us from outside? Could you see us coming in? Could you see us coming in? Who knows what they were talking about? IDGAF. Okay, sorry. So I'm like, okay. And then, you know, I'm walking over to the makeup aisle and I'm like, literally, I was just looking for 2 things. Okay, 2 things. So I'm literally just looking for about 5 minutes, maybe not even. And I'm noticing, I can see somebody from my peripheral just like slowly slowly moving towards me. And I'm like, okay, because I noticed when we walked in, we were the only 2 people in the store. So I'm like, okay, there's more people in this store. Great, because I felt weird as it was and awkward. So let's bring in more people. But no, it was the worker. She didn't really look at me. She just was like pretending to stock shelves. And you know, this lady was in her early 70s probably. And, you know, I'm not ever rude to anybody unless if it's brought upon them. Like, I'm not gonna say anything rude or be rude. You know, I understand if you're doing your job, watching me, whatever. But it was so just disrespectful. Now, I want to mention that this never happened when he and I go into this Rite Aid when we're dressed like nice, like appropriately or dressy, you know. But this time, you know, it was my day off. I'm not going to come in with a full face of makeup and my hair done and, you know, nice clothes on. I'm just not. So I had no makeup on. My hair was up in the ratchet white girl bun. I had sweatpants on, a sweatshirt on. I just had like a dinky purse that I got from like Charlotte Russe years ago. And, you know, we walked in and I felt like we were judged as soon as we walked in just based on our appearance. He had on, you know, like jogger pants, a Nike hoodie, a fitted hat on, like just a hat, or it was like a snapback or something. And I feel like they definitely just judged us based on what we looked like. Getting back to the story, the lady definitely was watching me, and, you know, she did say, oh, do you need help with anything? And I just said, no, I found what I'm looking for, but thank you. You know, I was still kind of being polite because I do understand, you know, you're doing your job. You want to make sure that no one has stolen from your business or whatever. I get that. But you, like the two cashiers, like you guys really left your registers unattended to watch us. So that right there is probably a mistake. So I realized like I have what I needed to, like I walked up into the other aisle to see like if my boyfriend was done and what was going on. And he was like kind of walking towards me, and behind him I can see the other cashier, she was watching the both of us. And I said, what's wrong? Because I could tell on his face, he like looked pissed. And he was like, I'm not buying anything because that lady is staring me down and it's rude. And at this point, I got very upset and uncomfortable because this other lady who was watching him the entire time was eyes just on us, just watching us. And I'm like, bitch, we ain't gonna steal, like chill out, you know. And you know, this Rite Aid may be in a higher or upper class area, so we didn't look like we fit in because we weren't wearing designer purses and he didn't have on a designer, you know, whatever. We didn't fit the part for the area. Now, whatever, I don't care. Judge me, I really don't care. But when you are watching me shop as if I'm going to steal from your store, I'm getting very upset. And come on, it's Rite Aid. This ain't Nordstrom's. What happened next was like I said, I started to get more agitated, and usually I can't hold my tongue or I'll speak up if I'm feeling angry or annoyed, or if you are like thinking that I'm stealing. So I just kind of looked at her and I said, yeah, because he said, let's just leave. And I loudly said, yeah, we might as well since we're being watched, like we're going to steal something. And the lady obviously heard me and she said, no, we're just trying to keep an eye on the front register. Now, excuse me if I'm wrong, but that would probably be best done if you were standing behind the register the entire time rather than follow us around like we are some type of animal that you need to just keep your eye on. I shouldn't have even bought the makeup. I should have said and left and whatever, but I got it because I needed it. But it's just, I cannot fathom how this world is today and just how you are just treated based upon your appearance. I just think that the drugstores of America should pipe the fuck down, because not everybody who is under the age of 40 is looking to steal from you. Comment below if anything like this has ever happened to you, if you've ever felt singled out at a store that you were shopping at, like you planned to pay for the things. That was my story time for this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, stay safe out there, stay smart, don't steal. Don't forget to stay Bella. Bye. Mwah.